Welcome to my very first YouTube video. So I've done a lot of videos on Instagram around tech content, around a little bit of lifestyle stuff. And I'll tell you my style over there is a little bit more like cinematic tech, where I practice my filming skills and incorporate technology into my office space at home. So it's really about desk setup, tech gadgets, and also my take on current tech as well. So yeah, this side of my content is going to be more daily vlogs. I'm going to be doing a lot of unboxing as well and talking through a lot of the items I get from brands, a lot more in a little bit more detail and off the cuff, which will require a little, well, not a little less, a lot less editing than I currently do for the short form stuff. But yeah, literally this is not going to be any scripted content, to be honest. It's going to be turn on the camera and let's go. So yeah, hit the subscribe button if you're interested in that. My content may evolve and change in the future, but at the moment that's what I want to explore for this particular channel. So yeah, but today's video actually is going to be around my desk setup. So I have a lot of this on Instagram and TikTok, but I never go into depth with what is actually in my home office. I do have a lot of questions on Instagram about some of the stuff, some of the items I use, some of the tech I use. So I'm gonna just run through it in hopefully in a way that is helpful and useful to others that are thinking to set up their own home office or desk setup area within their home. So I'm going to be shooting this on the Osmo Pocket 3. So I bought this mainly to do vlogging, which I haven't had a chance to do as yet. I've done a few videos, but I just don't get enough of a chance to do it on a weekly basis. So I'm going to be putting it to use for this particular video. So today's video, as I said before, is going to be about my desk setup behind me, and I'm just going to talk you through a lot of what I use, the tech I use, and yeah, and just try and explain a little bit more as to why I actually bought these products, because I've gone through so many products, but this is what I've kind of like landed with, and through trial and error. So yeah, let's get right into it. This is my desk setup currently. I'm pretty happy with it. This is in it's in a square meter, or just over a square meter space in one of the spare rooms. And yeah, it does me well. It probably looks a little bit bigger on it online, on Instagram maybe, but it's really works for me at this current time and what I need at this moment, really. So obviously I do have a day job as well, so this is where I am most of the time, but then I do have other projects I do outside of my day job, especially obviously around the content creation, Instagram, TikTok, all of that stuff. So one of the first things I needed for this area, I identified I needed a desk small enough to, one, fit into this space, but be able to like be used in another way. So if I was to take all of this off, can I use this as like a working desk without the laptop and all of that stuff, which I think this actually does really well. So the desk itself is from, I can't remember the store it's from because it was off Facebook Marketplace. I think it's from Dunelm actually. But I got this from Facebook Marketplace for about £150, and I think this is about £300 brand new. Really solid. I think it's mango wood, I believe. Really nice feel to it, quality, and it kind of matches what we have sort of around the house as well. Like the wood, the colors, really nice. So the only thing I'd say about the desk, it's slightly higher than I would have liked, but at the same time, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. One of my favorite parts of my desk setup is the Govee lamp. So the Govee lamp 2, and this is actually a really good lamp, because what I like about it, it connects with you've got an app for it, for one, and also it does connect with Apple HomeKit as well. So I can have all of these lights controlled by Apple HomeKit, which is really good. I also use it for video calls. So if for some reason I need a little bit more light on myself, I can maybe turn it round and it shines some light on me. But it also just gives me a better feel and ambience when I'm in the room. So I use it in the daytime, I use it in the nighttime. And yeah, it's just a really, really good lamp. I think these were about £150, but well worth the money. And without it, I think my desk would just not be the same. It comes with different colors, so you can change it to set whatever mood you like. You can have a warm colors, which I usually use, and it constantly stays on that, or you can have like a more cooler color as well. Another good thing about this lamp, if you were to play music, I won't demo it now, but it can sync to music as well. So I don't know how it does it, but it seems to be able to sync with music, which is just another added feature. So if you wanted to have a disco, you really could. But yeah, again, if you have a look here, it's lit here. So another good feature, nice feature. It looks nice bouncing off the floor. At night time, again, it's just another really nice feature that you can add to your setup. So this is the M11 tablet. I use this as a sort of a standalone screen, and I use it mainly for watching YouTube while I'm working, listening to music. I also have my emails coming through on here as well, so it's quite separate from the Apple ecosystem. I used to have an iPad here before, but I decided to change it for this because what I didn't like and was distracting was notifications constantly coming through on the iPad, and I can also check everything I can check on my phone, I can check on here. So I wasn't really getting a break from the Apple ecosystem. But I like the way this works. It's pretty quick for what it is. I got this through a brand deal. So this was sent to me by a brand that sells it. And yeah, I haven't changed since. So I now use my iPad for something else. But yeah, this is really good. I'll probably do a video on this at some point. It's not an amazing tablet, but for what I need it for, which is just videos and the odd internet search, it does its job. This is the not Magic Mouse, this is the touchpad from Apple. It's not actually been charged in a long time, so I haven't used it in a long time. But when using a ultra wide screen, a lot of people always ask me, why do I have a trackpad and also a mouse? But it's very useful and feels very natural to me to use both. I think I first saw MKBHD using both of them, and I was a bit confused as to why. But when I tried it, it made so much sense, especially when editing. So sometimes I might use this to like scroll through the timeline, and then I use the mouse for like clicks. And also to scroll through different windows. I can do that on my mouse, but it just feels so much more natural and intuitive to do it with the trackpad. I can't explain it. It's just something you just have to do and try. But it's not a necessity because I haven't actually used it in a while. But when I do use it, it is very, very useful. And yeah, but you can pick these up. I picked this up for quite cheap in one of those like secondhand tech stores. So yeah, recommended, but definitely not needed. One of the first items I got for my desk setup, and I was looking for so many different speakers, and I thought to myself, let me get a HomePod. One, because I wanted to see what it was about at the time, and secondly, we've got Sonos around the house, so we've got those speakers around the house, but they don't work with the Apple ecosystem. So I wanted something I could use with the Apple ecosystem and would work seamlessly with like music. I can also take calls on this as well, and I wanted it to just blend in without it being too overwhelming for the desk, because I've got such a small desk. I needed it to be quite compact, and this one works very well. Another reason I like it, because I can take phone calls on there as well. So if I get any phone calls coming through, it's quite easy enough to just answer the call on this and take it off here. The sound's really good for the room size. It's all I need really. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. I can't see myself ever changing it. But also on top of that, it also acts as a home hub for Apple HomeKit. The only downside is I always have to keep it on for it to work with Apple HomeKit, because sometimes I do switch it off. So what I may need to do actually is get myself a Apple TV to replace it, and that can turn into the HomeKit hub. To my keyboard, this is the Mel Geek Wasteland keyboard. It's not a keyboard you can actually buy anymore. It's a keyboard I saw a few years ago, and I just really liked it because of the design. Obviously I hadn't used it yet, but as soon as I used it, absolutely fell in love with it. It's solid. The design is just brilliant. It's really good keyboard. They do different ones. So this is just one style they do, or one design they do. And I think I'm actually going to maybe get a few more in the future. But yeah, this is really good keyboard. Recommend it. I do get a lot of questions about this keyboard because it's such a unique design. And yeah, I think I've had this on my desk for about a year now and haven't changed it at all. So the keyboard is pretty low profile. There's not that many keys on there. It does exactly what I need it to do. And I just love the design. I love the feel. I love the big keys. It's just perfect for what I use and how I use it. And I think over time, you kind of like understand what you need going forward in terms of your desk setup. So it's good to try different keyboards, and these things make a massive difference to how you work, how you feel when you're working. So don't underestimate the items you're using on your desk, as it just being a keyboard or it just being a mouse, because it can actually make you more productive or less productive depending on what you use and what's comfortable for you. So this is the MX Master 3.4 from Logi for Mac, and this is a popular, very popular mouse. I used to see it online all the time, and I sort of took the plunge and bought it for myself, and I've not looked back since. It's absolutely amazing, this mouse. I'll probably do a video on this and just go into it a little bit more detail, but to be honest, you can find so many videos on this mouse online, and the hype around it is real. It's not overdone at all. Everything just feels premium on there. The scroll button here is it just makes sense. It just makes sense. And what I like about this mouse actually is that you can just do so many different functions with it. So if I want to click this button here, right here, might allow me to open up another window. This button here, I can change it so it copies, and this button here pastes. It's just such a good mouse, and I'm not actually sure how they're going to improve on this mouse, because it literally does everything you need it to and more. I think I probably use about 20% of the capabilities of this mouse. If you're looking for a mouse that you're going to have for a very long time, then I highly recommend this. If there's anything in my setup that I would recommend, it is this mouse. This is a wrist rest. So when I was using my previous mouse, I found that I was getting so much ache, especially during COVID, where we was working at our desk for long periods. I was getting ache in my wrists, and I did a bit of research and figured out that it might actually be because I don't have a wrist rest, and it's not something you realize you might need until you actually use one. So it's not a necessity, but I recommend one of these. It makes a massive difference if you're at your desk for long periods. So moving on to this, so this is the desk clock. It's a digital desk clock. Works and looks very good at night time. So if it's the room's a little bit darker, this just stands out. For someone like me who constantly needs to know exactly what time it is, a digital clock that is in my face is really helpful. I got this off of eBay for maybe less than £20, so it's not expensive at all, but it works really well. I did have a period where I actually took this off of my desk and had my dock here, but yeah, I've since put it back because yeah, it's a favorite from a lot of people on my Instagram, so I put it back, and yeah, it does make the desk a little bit clearer as well, just having it there. So this is the screen. So this is a 27-inch Samsung ultra widescreen monitor. I decided to go for this screen mainly because I wanted to have one screen again and not two screens. So I typically used to have two separate screens, and that was good for some things, but bad for bad for other things. So what I did was, this was a bit of a risk. I said to myself, I'm going to get a one screen and see how that works. And I think it works really well because I still get the split screen, but just on one screen. And if I do need another screen, I've got portable monitor screens that I can just put right in front of me here and connect as well. So I do get the best of both worlds in that sense. The quality of the screen is not as sharp as, say, other more expensive screens on the market, but for what I use it for, it's perfect. I don't game on this screen. I'm not a big gamer, but I wouldn't game on this screen anyway, but it's still suitable to do that on. But yeah, I like it. I like that it just fits perfectly on my desk. It doesn't make it look too big. So yeah, I do question if I should have got maybe a curved one, but for now I think it works for me. And yeah, I may look to change the screen in the future, but at the moment this is good, only because I might want something that's a little bit more sharper in terms of the color and the richness of the tones on the screen. But apart from that, this is perfect. I think I'm going to have this for like maybe another couple of years, and then I might change it. So for my light bar at the top here, I went for the BenQ light bar. And this light bar is very, very popular. This is the BenQ Halo. Extremely popular light bar. I used to have a Qantas, I think it was before, which was still good, but this is just a little bit more premium. It feels a bit more premium, and it just works really, really well. This is the remote control for it. It is wireless. You put some batteries in it. I've only had to put batteries in this once, and it's just never stopped working. Basically, I've had this over a year now, so that's really, really good. It's got a few different functions on there, which a lot of the other companies don't have. So you kind of have your brightness here. You can fave a specific light setting that you want here. This one changes between the light over your screen, and there's also a light at the back of the monitor as well. And then you've got auto, which just obviously self-explanatory. It just automates the light, so based on the conditions that you're in. And then this is the temperature, which gives it like a warm tone or a less of a warm, like a cooler tone. And then you just spin the dial, and that's it. Monitor is the monitor light is really useful for me, and it's one of those things. Again, I think outside of the mouse, this is another desk item I would recommend highly, and it's not something you need until you start using it. I haven't got really good eyesight, so it does help me at night time. It helps me from straining, and yeah, all round, just a brilliant light bar. Heavily recommend this one. It's also adjustable as well, so you can put it on the light, or you can put the light on the actual desk itself. So yeah, brilliant. Okay, my choice of webcam is the Insta360 Link 2. And yeah, it's just a really good webcam, if I'm honest with you. I used to have a Logitech webcam, but I found that it wasn't that good in darker settings or with darker lighting, but this one just completely blows it out of the water. It works perfectly well. It's a AI tracking, so it does follow you around the room if you need it to. Just a really good all-round camera. It's kind of solved the problem for me, which sometimes I did have bad lighting in this room, in the sense of, because my window is behind me, the light doesn't come directly onto my face when I'm on video call, so I can use my Govee light for that. But this also helps because the lighting is so good. It sort of just brightens up the whole picture, so any setting I'm in, bad light or not, this just seems to work. Highly recommend it. I can't see myself changing this for a while, to be honest, because it just does exactly what I need it to. Also, it's got a mic at the top here as well. Really, really good. I got this directly from Insta360 as part of some work I done for them, where they sent me the Link 2 and the Link 2C. So I had both of them, but this one is just, yeah, I can't recommend this one enough. So this is the mic I currently use. This is the mic from Fifine. So again, this is a brand that got in contact with me on Instagram and sent me this mic free of charge. I've typically only started doing voiceovers not too long ago, so I wasn't actually using the mic at the time, but I did set it up. They sent me the arm as well, which is obviously attached to my table or my desk. And yeah, this mic, I've used it a few times now, and I'm slowly getting into the process of like turning the mic on, connecting it to my laptop and just recording voice rather than it being a long process. So my actual workflow for recording voice overs now is a lot better than it was before, which is pretty good, especially because I'm now using more editing tools on my actual laptop as opposed to editing on a tablet or a phone. So yeah, this makes my whole workflow a lot better. There are obviously better mics on the market, but in my journey that I'm on at the moment, I don't find the need that, I don't think I need this particular, I don't think I need a different model of mic at the moment. Over here, I've got a Pegboard, which I picked up off of Amazon, and this just helps me like add something else to the office space, but also allows me to like keep my headphones close by, books that I am currently reading or planning to read, and then obviously my controller, my gaming controller, and then if I want to change keyboard, which I'm actually not planning on doing for a little while, I can do, but also it just gives a different feel to this side of the room, because typically this bit would have been completely plain and yeah, nothing would have been there, so it was quite boring for me to look at, considering the windows behind me, so I needed something else in the room. But yeah, this is my desk setup for 2025 at the moment. Hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, leave it in the comments. And yeah, this is my first YouTube video, so hopefully you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll be back for another one